Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This video is out now, mainly because I'm still writing on Season 1 of The Last of Us, so that video is going to be the one after this. But I wanted to open this video with just a statement on Hollywood's come pretty far in the very long time it's been around, and every now and then there's a movie that comes out that makes me go, how have they not done a big budget movie of that yet? And 65 is one of those movies. I'm going to say right now that I really love the concept of this movie. I think it's a great idea. You have this astronaut, essentially. They don't really fully explain. This astronaut is played by Adam Driver, who I love, and he crashes to an unknown planet and he's got to survive and and he's fighting off all these different creatures, but in the trailers it reveals that this planet that he crashed on is Earth 65 million years ago. That's where the title comes from, and he's got to fight dinosaurs. And I just keep thinking, it's like, the potential is there for this. The writers of A Quiet Place, both movies, are writers on this, and I like both those movies a lot. So the potential was here for something really special, I think. And that could have been on the level of Quiet Place, maybe. But honestly, it the idea here deserved a better movie than this. The story outside of the concept of him having to of Adam Driver, astronaut, having to protect one of the actually the only surviving passenger of his crash landing is actually fine. It's nothing entirely special to me. It's just perfectly fine. It's a little generic in a couple of areas. It's even a little corny in a little areas. Then again, Sam Raimi was apparently heavily involved in this. He was a producer on it. So I kind of get the corniness here, but it just felt out of nowhere in this. Yeah, I guess that's really all the story is, because it's basically Adam Driver fights dinosaurs while protecting a kid. What else is there? I will say though, Adam Driver gives it his all. It's, of course, I love seeing him. He was one of the only good parts of that movie White Noise that was on Netflix, and it's good to see him back on a big screen again. I can't remember off the top of my head if he's been in anything like on a theater on this level since the last Star Wars movie. So it was very nice to see him on a big screen again, and I just like him in general, so this was an easy sell for me to go see. However, there is this very weird opening scene where it just doesn't feel like he's acting and he's just kind of talking like the script is on like right behind the camera. It's a little odd. Luckily, that's the only instance of it, but it is the opening scene, so granted, it does not start off on a good note, in my opinion. Ariana Greenblatt, the kid that Adam Driver's protecting, is actually pretty good in this too. I recognized her face from somewhere, so I decided to look it up after the movie, and she actually played young Gamora in Infinity War, so I've seen her face before. She does a pretty good job in this as well. The effects of the dinosaur and the world itself, I don't know how much was like an actual set or green screen or visual effects, but they actually blend pretty well, and for a relatively small movie in the grand scheme of sci-fi, it ended up being perfectly serviceable, and I actually liked that about it. One of the weirdest things about this movie is the runtime, and it's only like a little over an hour and a half long, less than that without the credits, but it felt a lot longer because there are just stretches of time where just not a lot happens, and I feel like I shouldn't call a movie where Adam Driver fights dinosaurs boring in a couple of sections, but that's really what I felt in this. It also really felt like there were a lot of reshoots that happened with this to add a little more context to stuff and just like pad out the runtime a little bit, and I just don't think it worked. But also conversely, it feels like they cut so much out of this movie, and that it felt like a 2.5 hour movie that just got really condensed down. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened either. I guess that's one of my shorter videos. I don't really have much else to say about it. I guess 65 is a perfectly serviceable sci-fi thriller movie. If you like this kind of stuff, I believe it's going to go on Netflix in a couple of months, which I think it'll do pretty well on, if I'm being honest. But the idea here of just a futuristic soldier landing on prehistoric Earth to fight dinosaurs, it sounds very promising. And I would watch a better movie where this was done better, if I'm being honest. It feels weird not giving this higher than a 5, so I'm gonna go with a 5 out of 10 for 65. I just I wanted this to be better. I was rooting for this one. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. So I'll just ask you now, what's your favorite Adam Driver movie? He's been in a lot of things over the years, and he's also has a good amount of range. He's done some comedy, drama, action, and all that. He's even been in a musical. So he's got some range to him, and I really admire him as an actor. So let me ask you, what's your favorite Adam Driver performance? And also just favorite dinosaur movies? Because it was also a little refreshing to see a dinosaur movie in theaters that wasn't Jurassic Park. But still, Jurassic Park is great. But an original movie with dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are pretty cool. So I'll just leave it at that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.